Okay, here's an update. As we are going through the process of establishing just what exactly is the most reliable, repeatable, affordable process for capturing multiple cameras. One of the things that we've come across, and that is there's a time limit on some of these applications. The Chrome desktop, that is remote desktop sharing in Chrome browser, might be limited on the amount of time that it's able before it has to be reestablished by the user. There might be other applications that have a time limit because they charge monthly. Otherwise, it's just like a trial, and within 15 or some minutes, it will stop, and you'll have to reestablish connection. So these obviously are no good because what we're doing here is we're trying to do this without having the expense of a monthly subscription for any kind of service. Well, the Chrome remote desktop might be one of the options, but we don't know yet if it has just a built-in time limit. I think it does, but we're not sure, so we're going to see what happens. At any rate, one of the things we've done is we've implemented a camera view of the IP camera through the Android phone using the phone link in Windows. And that we know doesn't expire. And that is to say, when you find a platform, stay with that platform because it seems to integrate, right? So what we're talking about here is Windows. So it's a Windows Android environment of all these cameras that we're looking at now. Obviously, the one that is the most reliable is the bottom right-hand corner, the Microsoft LifeCam. That's a USB cable connection directly to the computer. The center camera down below is the painting station, which is coming through the application. What is that application? See, I've forgotten what it was. Is that desktop? That might be AnyDesk. Good question. Let's get properties on it. Okay, that's not it. Properties on this one is the Chrome remote desktop. Okay, so whoops. And I just, okay, there it is. So that's the Chrome remote desktop down below in the center, and over on the left, of course, is another USB cable connection of the 3D printer, and the larger capture here is the phone link, the Windows phone link with the Android phone. So that's what we're looking at now, and as we have mentioned before, all of this, it's like the axiom of Imagine Image Multimedia. Everything has to be repeatable. In regard to models, they have to be modular whenever possible, and it has to be affordable. If it's not all those things, it's a challenge. But the most important thing is affordability. If you have a lot of USB cameras and a lot of cables and a good USB and a good computer resource situation, then go with wired cameras, USB obviously. In our studio, because we're tinkering with all this stuff, we've, as I've said, have got USB and network connectivity applications. So that's what we're doing here. And that is the reason why in the big capture, there's a little bit of a fisheye lens, because that is an IP security camera, which we have found is not reliable for its design intent. It was outside as a security camera. It kept on failing. We said enough is enough, and we brought it in the house. And now, as an IP camera, it has a little bit of a fisheye lens, which maybe someday we'll be able to get a new lens or a different lens on it and make it less fisheye-ish. But that is essentially what we're talking about. So this is better. It is repeatable if we can remember what the apps are that we're using. But in OBS, when you get the properties on a camera that you've got, you can generally see what it is the application is that you're using, and you can remember that way. Another fortunate thing about OBS is that when you quit the app, it remembers placements and it remembers connections the next time you call it up. So with that, we are, I hope, ready to start capturing on multiple levels both the game and the setup and other interesting things. So stand by. No, don't stand by. Just, check in once in a while and see how we're doing. We'll post videos as we make them, and as we have other players come online, we'll record the games and such. Right now, obviously, probably nothing like that's going to happen. Everybody is busy, and the availability of players is dropping off because they just don't even have time to do online games, at least with miniatures. So yeah, everybody's doing online games, but it's software games, medieval Total War and other stuff. I'm dating myself, but the fact is, getting players to call in to the website or this broadcast on YouTube, for instance, because it really has to be streamed on YouTube, which again is the most reliable streaming platform for this. And even though there is that 7 or 8 second delay, it makes it possible, and that's the whole point. It makes it possible for people to log in or to look at the games and issue orders and take command of their forces. That's why we play this game, because it's fun. To see things burn up and get destroyed. As we see in this, the mechs are burning. And we had that other segment where we titled it Mechs Are Burning, because they are. And we'll move on. Thank you for being patient if you are watching these things, waiting for turn 5 to happen, which we hope will happen soon. Thank you.